What if Ampharos was in Gen 1 OU? Hello everybody, and happy St. Patrick's Day! I am the ground back, and I think I'm mostly over this cold. I might sound nasally for a while, but I feel like I'm finally able to make videos again. And I was gonna go back to Generation Jumble, but since it's St. Patrick's Day, I figure, okay, last year I did a St. Patrick's Day video, I gotta do another one this year. And unfortunately, there's like barely any Irishy Pokemon left, I guess you could say. So I asked you guys what I should do, and you guys gave good suggestions like some fairy Pokemon, and the most popular one is Double, which I very much might do later today. But I figured no one really cares about Double, so I'll go for Ampharos first, which, as we know from Flappy and Reap, it's just a sheep. Just a sheep that gets that you just shaved until it Mega Evolves and it gains some like nice locks. And this has been a Pokemon you guys have wanted to see anyways, so I figured this would be a perfect one to get back to you on. And then later today I'll probably do Double as well, like I just said. Now, luckily Ampharos' stats are pretty good for Gen 1. And you might think being a pure electric type means that it would struggle for a niche against Jolteon and Zapdos, but I don't really think so. I think Ampharos has like the tools to, make it on its own. It has great HP and special defense for the time. Pretty good special attack as well, that's higher than Starmie. And that speed stat isn't bad either. It means you speed tie with Executor, and you're faster than both Chansey and, way more importantly, Swabro. Though granted, it's not very much of an accomplishment being faster than Swabro, but it's, it's good. Its move pool isn't that bad either. Now, normally electric types usually struggle with coverage, but Ampharos has a lot of tools they can use to its, it's just disposal. I cannot talk, I am sorry. Like, even though I'm not sick anymore, I'm still recovering. Just bear with me. Ampharos has Body Slam, and by far its most unique option, it's Fire Punch. This is another reason why I think it's really good that you speed tie with Executor. Because if the Executor is paralyzed, you actually have a way to fight back against it, which is really nice. It has the Light Screen, Reflect, Thunderbolt, Thunder Wave, Body Slam, and Hyper Beam. I know Hyper Beam's down here somewhere. I think I missed it. Yeah, there it is. So whatever you want your Ampharos' moveset to be is completely up to you. But considering how bulky it is, like its screens aren't really that bad. You can use them if you want. But obviously Thunder Wave and Thunderbolt are must-haves. And I would say Fire Punch probably should be as well, since Fire and Electric is pretty good coverage. So your last move can be one of the screens, it could be Body Slam, Hyper Beam, whatever you want, really. I don't think there's any wrong answers here. And some things that Ampharos might struggle with, though, even though it has a pretty good speed stat for what you would expect, obviously being slower than Jinx, Gengar, that could be annoying. Same thing with Cloyster. But I'd say you're still threatening Cloyster enough to where it doesn't really threaten, the clap block you. And obviously, being an electric type, you have absolutely no way of hurting Rhydon. But let's just get to the replays, shall we? I surprisingly don't have much to say about Ampharos. It's just a good, honest electric type. We only have like half of the replays to go over this time, because the Pokemon I just mentioned I didn't bother making replays for. But as you can see there, Ampharos can take a Earthquake pretty well. Without a crit, it's a 3-hit KO. And having a 55% or a 55 base speed set, it means that your crit rate isn't really that bad. I'd say it's, honestly, I'll even go as far to say that 55 base speed gives you a pretty good crit rate. For whatever reason, Ampharos got a lot of them during this, during making these replays. You'd be shocked if you saw all the extra replays. I just wanted to show an extra one here, just to show that, It's still Tauros. It still could go either way. The Tauros can crit at any time, and if it does, you're screwed. I don't think that very surprises anybody, though. Next off, we have Snorlax. And unlike Tauros, you do not stand a chance. Doesn't matter what set it's using, it's just way too bulky for you. So it can pretty much just 2-hit KO you with Earthquake, or it can paralyze you with Body Slam, or just murder you with Self-Destruct or Hyper Beam. And you definitely don't beat Amnesia either. So I'm just gonna say no matter what Snorlax set, it's always a pretty bad matchup. And then Chansey is just completely unwinnable. With base 75 attack, you don't really hurt it that much. So Chansey can always just outdamage you. With crits, and if you get lucky with like paralysis, you might be able to win. But Chansey also has soft boiled. So there's just not much of a reason to really stay in the Chansey matchup. You just need to switch out. That's the only thing you really do. But you at least do a better matchup against Chansey than Rhydon, I guess. But again, not really saying much. Alakazam, you can just be good and get the 1 and 256 glitch. But if you don't get that, Alakazam will be very annoying to you. Because Psychic can roll your special, you're kind of screwed if that happens. And it can always just heal off the damage. But it's not the worst thing, but I would still probably call it a bad matchup. Also because Alakazam has a really bad crit rate. And by bad crit rate, I mean bad for you. Because it's going to do a lot of damage to you, and you're probably going to die. Just saying. And like I said, you have to speed tie with Exeggutor, which means you have a decent chance for this matchup. It's not the best thing in the world, but then again, you can just be good at the game and crit, which, even though it's a crit, I would have expected Fire Punch to hit KO Exeggutor. That means that regular Fire Punch is probably just a 4-hit KO, which, honestly, I kind of like those odds. Like, I wouldn't actually stay in, though, because it's still very risky, but, I mean, I've covered plenty of other electric types, and most of them don't have it that good. Like Regieleki, he definitely doesn't, nor does Magnezone. And then Slowbro, you just completely dominate. You're faster than it, it can't really paralyze you, and like go for Rest or Amnesia. Because even with an Amnesia, you obviously just kill it. So, good job, Ampharos. Kinda wish you could do good against Jinx or Cloyster. Or actually, no. Cloyster, you're fine against. Just like how you're fine against Starmie. Because Starmie has no super effective coverage against you. And Thunderbolt hurts really hard. So the only thing you can really do is pray for a special drop. And even then, you see how much damage it did there. Just having a special drop won't be enough. Ampharos can absolutely kill you. And last but not least, we have Zapdos. I didn't bother showing the Jolteon replay as well, because it would just be like this one but a lot slower. And it's weird. Even though Zapdos only takes Thunderbolt neutrally, because of how high Zapdos' special is, for this replay, it's almost as if it resisted. Because it took a while for either one of them to get a kill. So I'm gonna say this is could go either way. And because Zapdos can't take so many hits, it just depends on which one gets luckier with either paralysis or crits. And to be honest, I should probably put Jolteon in could go either way as well. But I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I put it in good matchups. Which I still agree with in a way. But, it probably should just be could go either way. But it doesn't really matter, since Ampharos is just walling the other electric types, which I think will be its main niche. It's the bulkiest of the electric types, and it has fire coverage. But I don't think that makes it better than... Definitely not better than Zapdos. And I don't think Jolteon's gonna lose OU viability either. Because I think that Jolteon being so much faster than everything is still a really great asset to have. But, yeah, here's the tier list. I think Ampharos is doing pretty well for himself. Despite it not looking that bad here, I'm not exactly sure if Ampharos would have enough usage to actually be OU. I'm thinking it's either going to be underused or borderline. And that's what I'm thinking. I think it's going to end up being BL. But what do you think? Would Ampharos be very good in Gen 1 OU? What if it had the other elemental punches? Such as Ice Punch, or... yeah, just Ice Punch exactly. Would that be enough to make it OU? Let me know in the comments below. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And until next time, this is Groundback, and I look forward to hearing from you.